I need a voiceover microphone. Help me out. Hello, everybody. My name is Sam K, and welcome to Tuesdays with K. Now, this time I have a mic roundup for you guys. Yep, a mic roundup. So, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right. So, kicking off the list is a sort of your headset mic. Now, this one is obviously most of the time gamers do have headsets so they can chat with their friends and all that kind of stuff or talk online. So this is almost a zero cost because you probably already have it. So your headset's the first choice. It's not the best choice. It's far from the best choice, might I add. But it'll get you by. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's on this list because it's almost zero cost. So yeah. Anyway, I believe that this one is, if I'm not mistaken, this one might be cardioid. Some are omnidirectional. I'm going to go ahead and spin it, see what the pickup pattern is. It seems like it is omnidirectional. So that sucks for me if I want to actually use this thing for any purpose or reason. And that's your pop test. So go ahead and play around with the keyboard, clicky clicky and all that kind of stuff. And this is at 20% gain, mind you. So this game is very interesting, and I'm just I don't know. But yeah, this is what it sounds like. I don't recommend it. Definitely get a better microphone, even something cheaper. Cheap will do. Which makes me move on to the next one, which we will jump right into. Okay, so this is the Zalman ZM Mic 1. And as you can see right here, it's clipped onto my headphones. Yeah, this little clip can clip onto your headphones. It can clip onto your shirt if you can make it clip on. It's a pretty good microphone for what you pay, but it is omnidirectional, as you can tell right now. As I spin it around, it's omnidirectional, talking to the top of it and the bottom. It sounds good for an omnidirectional microphone. However, it won't block out much of that noise that you're used to. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a pop test. There you go. And I will do the clicky clicky. And the typey typey. Oh, I keep forgetting that I say that. The clicky clicky and the typey tappy. Okay. Oh, by the way, it's set up to about 32% in gain. Alright, so this microphone is pretty tiny. It's the smallest one on the list. So yeah, it's pretty funny. Also, I should probably explain the beanie. Yeah. I'm not going to, though. I'm just kidding. I got the beanie because I wanted one. It looked cool. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, so that is the end of the Zalman. So anyway, I will go ahead and jump to the next microphone. Okay, so this is the Pio PD Mic 1. Now, I forgot to tell you what you get in the box of... Take this off. Of the Zalman, you get the microphone. And it's a 3.5 millimeter microphone. And the boom microphone, you get a camera shoe mount. One of these, so you can use an adapter to hook it onto this. You also get a furry windscreen and a battery. And yeah, that's pretty much about it that you get for that. Now this is the Pile, like I said, Pile PD Mic 1. This is the lowest in the line of the Pile mics. The Pile PD Mic 78 is the next one up, and then as we saw earlier, the Pile PD Mic 58 is kind of the highest, except for the Pile PD Mic 59, which is basically the 58 with the on and off switch. This one also has an on and off switch, which feels pretty sturdy. So I'm gonna go ahead and it is now back on. This is a very cheaply made microphone. It's plastic body, possibly plastic grill. Doesn't feel very high quality. However, it's get this, guys. This mic is $4. $4 for this mic. It's a dynamic microphone. What you get the microphone. You get a XLR, which feels pretty cheap. To 1/4 or a quarter inch or 1/4 inch or 5.5 millimeter jack, which you can get a little cable to attach it to. I'm currently using the XLR to XLR, and then feeding it back out to XLR 3.5 millimeter. Into my it is going into my phantom power supply. I have both phantom power supply and a board. I should probably point that out. But the phantom power supply is not turned on. Do not use phantom power supply with dynamic microphones. I should probably stress that. It will ruin the microphones. But anyway, that's what this one sounds like. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on this guy, do the little clicky and typey test. Okay. So now I'm going to do clicky and typey. First, though, clipped out. I just put a little pop filter, little ball over it, or use a pop filter, and it'll fix all your problems. I don't have proper pop filter for this, so, you know. Anyway. Okay, so again, it's probably not going to pick up much. I know this one's kind of in a weird order. I'm going to go ahead and do it's unidirectional, so I'm going to go ahead and talk to it as a unidirectional pickup pattern, talk to this ball on top. So yeah, that's what it sounds like, if you guys are wondering. I think you can talk into the side here. No, you cannot. I'm just stupid. This one looks pretty cool. But it's not a high-quality microphone. It doesn't sound high quality, I think. But again, it's $4. Okay, so now I'm going to jump to the next microphone. Okay, so this one that we are doing right now is the SF930. Now, this has a couple different ones. It's the SF920, SF940. They all pretty much sound the exact same, except they're built differently. They look different. They have different looks to them. And they cost a different amount of money, except for the SF930 and SF920. Those are about the same price. They're a couple cents apart, if I recall correctly. And this is just what this is. It's a mass-produced Chinese microphone that companies just slap their name on. Why any company would want to slap their name on this one, I don't know. It doesn't sound too horrible for what you pay. It doesn't sound god awful. Like, it doesn't. But it does. It's not good sounding. Now this one is omnidirectional, as you could probably tell, because as I said, directional. It picked me up all the way around, meaning you probably can hear my computer fans right now. You might be able to hear what's going on outside. Like cars or something like that. If you live in a noisy area, it'll pick it up. So probably not the best thing for live stream. Well, for recording, live streams aren't as professional in my opinion. But for recording purposes, especially if you're doing film, definitely not good for that. Now, one thing I do like about this microphone the only benefit I think that there is to this microphone besides its price is that it has this gain knob right here. Now that gain knob helps you adjust the volume of the microphone itself immediately. So I'm gonna go ahead and conduct a quick pop test. That was a shitty pop. There we go. And I did all four sides to kind of, because it's omnidirectional, so maybe it's not as poppy in the back, so you could talk into the back of it. I don't know. Probably not. I'm not sure. This one is, I don't know if I explained this. It's all plastic. Even has a plastic grill. It sounds. No real comment on that. I'm not gonna get too much into it. What you get a stand. You get a cable, a cheap cable, XLR to 1/8 inch or XLR to 3.5 millimeter. It requires only as much power as your computer will put out, so it's pretty simple setup. The only thing weird is that it does not fit a normal XLR cable. If you guys want me to review this microphone, I can more in depth. But I'm going to go ahead and do, like, if I'm playing a video game, since this is both video game and film related, the first video I've really done where that actually kind of comes into a factor. So if you're using this as a voiceover microphone, then it's, first of all, you don't want it near your computer, obviously. But anyway. So I'm going to start talking so you can hear how much of my voice it picks up versus this. Podcast does this, so I have to give him a shout out for this because he kind of inspired me to do this. First of all, whenever I was quiet, that was how much it picked up from my keyboard, which is a quiet keyboard, and my mouse, which is actually quite a quiet mouse as well. So I'm going to talk and keep doing that. Yeah. This is how it sounds. I don't know how much of my voice versus the keyboard and stuff it's picking up, but that should give you an idea. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the next microphone right now. Okay, so the next one that we're doing, or that I am doing, is the newer NW700. Now, this one shocked me with its audio quality, and with phantom power it's even better. Now this one, it's a condenser microphone. It requires at least 3 volts of phantom power, which most sound cards inside a computer will provide that, or if not, you can get a little USB sound card, and it'll go 3.5 for you, USB to 3.5. Now, however, without phantom power, like a 448 volts, this microphone is not sensitive at all. So, as you can see, I'm practically eating the microphone right now. I am right up on it. If I back away, you notice that I'm not getting picked up as much. So you kind of have to be like right up on this shit. And this is at 100% gain. So you are not going to be getting a good time with this if you are sitting at a desk of some sort. Obviously, at the very end of this video, I will compare all prices with whatever you'll need, all that kind of stuff. One quick thing before we move on, though. Obviously, I have to conduct a pop test. Now, this thing is a cardioid microphone, though it's listed as unidirectional. It is not, or I'm sorry, omnidirectional, though it's not. I will take it out of its stand in a second, and I will show you the pickup pattern. But anyway, let me conduct the pop test. So as you can see, the audio spiked there. Get a little foam wind cap or a windscreen or a pop filter. My bad. Or if you want to use a pop filter, it doesn't spike out as bad. Now this one is pretty cheap. This one actually shocked me with its audio quality. I was pretty surprised. It's an all metal body, metal grill, very light. This shock mount on one of them, you don't get the shock mount with it. I didn't actually bought this shock mount for the, if I can find it. I'm sitting on it, aren't I? The Audio-Technica ATR 2500. However, it didn't really fit. But no worries, because I have a new thing for that. So yeah, I will go ahead and take this off and show you the pickup pattern. Okay, and now you are listening to the pickup pattern. Let me go ahead and spin it around. And this one is cardioid. It's not omnidirectional. It's cardioid pickup pattern. So as you can tell on the, I'm going to do a little bit of like, I'm speaking into the front. I am speaking into the side. I am speaking into the back. I noticed how robotic I was sounding. I'm speaking into the top. I'm speaking into the other side. I am now speaking into the bottom. I'm talking to the XLR cable and telling it the things that I want to do to it. Not really. That's creepy. Let me go ahead and put it back on the shock mount, and I'll go ahead and do that. I will also do a little test whenever it has phantom power going to it. And I'll also do the test with the keyboard. Okay, so I'm going to do a little test with the keyboard and mouse real quick. But first, I should probably tell you what it comes with. So depending on which version you buy, you get a shock mount or not get a shock mount. You get a little foam windscreen that's far too big for it, so I use it for other stuff, and I bought an on-stage windscreen. It fits it a lot better. And a XLR to 3.5 or XLR to 1/8 inch cable. That's about, I'd have to say 6 feet long, maybe 4 feet. I can't really remember. But anyway, I will go ahead and I will play with the mouse and keyboard. Okay, I'm now going to start talking and see what it picks up versus me. Obviously, since it's cardioid, it should pick up more of me. But if it doesn't, then it is. Yeah. I'm just gonna stop there. So yeah. One thing that I know about this mic is that if you breathe into it, it will pick up that breathing pretty easily. So be careful of that. As you can hear, whenever I breathe. Okay, so I'm going to switch to phantom power and let you guys listen to that. See how much, I'll tell you how much the gain has been dropped, first of all. And I will also show you, like, the difference between what it sounds like with the keyboard and such. So anyway, I will go ahead and jump to that. Okay, now we're on the newer NW700 with the phantom power turned on. I will go ahead and do pop test. So I'm going to do the clicky and typey test. Okay, so this microphone I got a little while back, and if you guys are wondering what series I've used it on, I used it on Super Hot. I used it once in a live stream. That's about it so far. However, it did shock me with its audio quality, so yeah, maybe I'll definitely use it in the future. It sounds really good in my opinion. Alright, so I'm going to simulate this as if you were sitting at your desk and you had to record gameplay or live stream and you just had it sitting down on your desk. So alright, so this one is not as sensitive as you can probably expect because it's a much cheaper microphone, and it definitely doesn't sound as good. However, it is still picking me up really decently. So do the clicky clicky and typey testing. And I keep looking at myself. What the fuck is wrong with me? So this, again, like I said, this microphone does sound pretty good for the amount that you pay for it. So yeah. So anyway, I will just go ahead and end it right there. All right, so the next one that we are going to talk about is the Pile Pro PD Mic 58, and I probably popped a whole bunch there because this one is very susceptible to pops, a little bit more than the other ones that we've tested already, because it is that's actually not the reason. This is a cheap dynamic microphone. However, it feels very well built, as you can tell. A few scratches on it. The paint finish isn't done on there very well, but that's not a big deal. Now, like the newer NW700, this one will pick up breathing if you breathe right on it. However, unlike the newer NW700, it will not pick up if you put a little foam wind cap over it. So you can put a little foam wind cap over this thing and breathe on it all you want. It will not pick it up. So I do like that. Also, it protects you against pops. This microphone does pop a lot more. I don't know why. But this is a dynamic microphone, meaning it requires no phantom power, and you have to get right up on it. So this is okay if you're like voiceovering for a film, because you can just hold it and you can just hold it in place and just talk right into it. However, if you're playing a game, you don't want to be right up on your microphone unless you're me, and I'm weird, and I like being up on my microphones, and I like eating them. I like going nom 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 on my microphone. Oh God, I'm so retarded. But it's a very good microphone. It's very bright. If you guys don't know what bright means, it has a lot of high end, and it sounds pretty good in my opinion. In this one, for what you buy with this one, it's pretty decent sounding. I'm not gonna lie. Now with this one, what you get is obviously you get the microphone. You get a cable, which is XLR to 1/4 inch, which I have a little adapter here that I can use to plug it up, but I'm not using that. I'm using the XLR to 1/8 inch right now. I do highly recommend that any XLRs mics that you get, eventually you upgrade to a mixer. I do have mixer, so whenever I record. However, this is kind of like the first thing that you're gonna get. So if you can just plug this straight into your computer, get rock and rolling, and you are good. I think this one is a very good microphone, like I said, especially if you're doing voiceover and film. First of all, you can hold it. You don't have to set it down. Unless, of course, you're doing like voiceover where it's like you're doing voiceover for a character, like say for instance you're like GTA 5 movies. Yeah, that's the only thing. However, let's go ahead and do pop test, or let me actually test out the pick-up pattern. Now this one is a unidirectional. So anyway, I will go ahead and start spinning it. I'll spin it around along top and go like this. Talk to the cable again and. Yes, I actually did put that in my mouth, and it was disgusting. Just talk all around it, talk to the body, work the shaft. Oh God. So yeah, that's what this microphone sounds like. I am gonna go ahead and put it on this guy again. And I don't know if I did pop test. I didn't do pop test. Bit harsher of a pop test. So you can put a little wind cap on this guy. Yes, I know. I have a pink wind cap. Deal with it. I don't give a shit what you think. So that should give you an idea of what it sounds like. Obviously, you can also use this if you want to. But I would recommend using a foam wind cap. First of all, it doesn't have that breathing. Let me just show you. You can clearly not hear me breathing anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and I will click and type on the keyboard, and I will then talk and click and type on the keyboard. Okay, and now I'm talking to see how much of me it picks up versus how much the keyboard and such so on. In case you want to live stream a game with a dynamic microphone, it sounds pretty good in my opinion. So yeah. All right. Keep talking. Hamsters, gerbils, pie, cheese. Yeah, that's right. I went there. Okay. So that should give you an idea of what this microphone sounds like. This one's probably one of the better microphones on the list for this price range. So anyway, we will go ahead and jump to the next microphone. All right, guys. The OBS crashed. We tried this a second ago, and OBS crashed, but hopefully we got it this time. I have DJ Winza here. He's going to help me with this because he has a blue snowball. You've seen a future me, because this takes place in the past right now, already introduce the video and do a couple mics before I went to this one. Right now I'm using the Pyle PD Mic 58. And yes, that is the blue snowball, everybody.
Yes.
The blue snowball, oh my god.
Am I making you uncomfortable?
The blue snowball cost about depending on if you have the ice version, correct, Winza?
Yes, and it retails for $49.99. I got mine at mine was like an open box, so over at Best Buy, but it's the same price online as it is if you get the blue ice snowball.
Yeah, it depends on what color you get and all that kind of stuff. If you get it can cost more or less depending on what color you get. If you get a refurbished one or a used one, it just all that kind of stuff online. If you go to a store, more than likely it's going to be around the same cost no matter what. A white one and a black one are going to cost exactly the same in a store.
Yeah, it's the other colors of plastic that change it, and it doesn't really do anything else. So you're honestly better off with just whatever the cheap one you can find is.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty much it. And also there's the blue snowball, which is a little bit. It has a few more. It has a few more things in it, but I mean the actual blue snowball isn't really worth it because if you want more mic capsules inside, just go for the Blue Yeti. It's a lot. It costs about $30 more than the regular snowball. The blue snowball ice is probably your best option if you want a little bit cheaper option, a more affordable solution.
And as you can hear, it sounds very well.
Yes, it's a very nice sounding microphone. The specs, why don't you tell the viewers what comes in the box?
Basically, kind of what you see in my hand here. It comes with its own wire to attach to your computer or what have you, a tripod, and the ball itself.
Talking on top of it.
On the top of it now?
Yeah, talking on top. And there you go. I heard it pick up. It only picked up a little bit of the lower frequency or the bassier frequencies from the back, and the sides, as you could hear, but it picked up him mainly in the front, which it's supposed to do because it is a cardioid pickup
And
pattern.
it's covered with
So anyway,
plastic on.
yes, it's 100% plastic.
Except for the mesh.
The
mesh is metal.
Is it? I have to ask because I don't have a blue snowball. Is it cheap feeling or does it feel like good quality plastic?
It's pretty hard.
It's good quality plastic.
Yes, like the kind of stuff I make at my day job.
All right, so it's good quality plastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump to that one.
I'll see you guys later. I love you all. Now get the fuck out of my house.
All right, and now we are talking into the Movo VXR40. Yeah, this one's a lot different because this is a boom microphone, but you can use it for voiceover as well. It has quite a bit of handling noise, but whatever. This one is a 3.5 millimeter. The only one that's actually the straight 3.5 millimeter out. So it is also the only one that requires a battery to function. It's a AA, and that's how it gets its power. It has a windscreen that you can put on it, or you can buy another windscreen. This one's from my Rode VideoMic Go, and the Rode VideoMic Go has the one that's for the Movo that I bought separately. But this sounds pretty good. I actually started using this instead of my old little black microphone that I had used for so long, because it upgraded my audio quality. But anyway, this thing has a little bit of problems with pops, even though it has this over it. So let's go ahead and do a pop test. And I can tell the audio clipped right there. So you definitely need a pop filter in order to keep it from doing that. So you can obviously tell the difference. This one's if you're going to do voiceover with it, use telemode because it basically turns it into a super cardioid condenser microphone. Basically meaning that it will reject all of the noise, and you'll see that in just a second whenever I hook it up to my handy dandy boom arm. Which has nothing on it at the moment. So yeah. All right, and it is now hooked up to my handy dandy boom arm via clip. So I think it sounds pretty good, but let's go ahead and do the typey and clip it test. I said clippy, didn't I? Clicky test, not clippy. So. All right, so this microphone is, since it is a boom microphone, you can use it also out in the field. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Boom microphones, as Sci-Spy likes to point out, is he calls them shoddy dicks. So yeah, this is how it sounds. I think it sounds really good, very bassy because it is a boom microphone, but it sounds awesome regardless. So that's the clicky and typey. Now there's one more thing that I have to show you guys, and that is this. You still can't see it. There's a little switch right here. Come on, focus. I'm using my computer to focus my camera, by the way. There's a little switch right here that turns it from tele to normal to off. So right now I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. So you can hear me now, obviously. Anyway, you don't have to get right up on this, however, I do recommend it. I'm not going to try it with, like, the getting down, because if you're using this, I recommend you get right on top of it. But anyway, I will go ahead and jump to the next microphone. Alright, so this one is awesome. This one is currently my, I guess my placeholder for the AT2020 until I get that I get the replacement in. This one is called the Echo Pro Studio Recording Condenser Microphone. This is very, very high quality. It's a clone of the AT2020, even down to the XLR connection. Now, this one can, unlike the AT2020, can actually function without 48 volts of power, meaning it does not need a full 48 volts of phantom power. However, like the newer NW700, it does not sound as good without the phantom power, which I'm talking into without phantom power right now, and I have to eat it basically. I have to get right up on it, talk right into it, and it's kind of a pain in the ass, to be perfectly honest. But it's sound, and I've heard, and from what I've heard from my various tests, it doesn't sound the same whenever it has phantom power and whenever it's just plugged straight in. But this one is also a cardioid pickup pattern, as you can tell, because as I talk into it, it'll kind of cancel out anything that I talk to in any kind of other direction besides the very front. This one is an all metal body, metal grill. Kind of has some heft to it, like the Audio-Technica lineup. Has a little bit of heft to it. This one's a little heavier. I'm not gonna lie. It feels very high quality and very well built. And like I said, it's all metal, but it has this rubberized finish that I just adore for some reason, and it's matte, which is cool. I like matte finishes. But anyway, I will put it onto this guy, and we will do the test with this in its normal form. And then I'll obviously do phantom power, and then I'll back up the microphone away from me like we did with the AT-2500 and the newer NW, and what we're going to do for the newer NW700. So yeah. Okay, so I actually almost forgot to conduct a pop test on this guy. So anyway, I will just go ahead and conduct it before we move on to the clicky and typey test. So, and let me put on my little wind cap. So, as you can tell, the popping, not as bad whenever you have that wind cap on. Let me go ahead and do it with the windscreen or the pop filter. So there you go. That's your test. Obviously, I'll do those again whenever I have the XLR or the phantom power turned on. Now I will do the clicky and typey test. This is the moment of truth, guys. Could this be the ultimate microphone? Something that can compare with the Audio-Technica ATR 2500 at a fraction of the cost. Let's see. Okay, I'm now talking into it while typing on the keyboard. Normally I would be talking about my day, but I have a story for you guys this time. This microphone was not on Amazon Prime at one point, and that's whenever I bought it. So I just got it, and I just figured I'd wait for it. But anyway, waiting for it, after about a week, it got put back onto Amazon Prime, and that kind of pissed me off. So basically, if I would just waited a week, I would have had this video out earlier. But it's alright. It's worth the wait. Okay, so that should give you an idea of what you're going to get with this microphone. I'm actually a little genuinely curious to see how this microphone performs, because this could, I have a couple of days until I basically tell them what I want, because it's shipping, the ATR or AT2020 is shipping out right now. if I have a couple days to tell them if I want a refund or I want a replacement. So I'm curious to see how this microphone performs when functioning with phantom power, or even with not phantom power. Um, it could replace my AT2020. Okay, guys, I actually almost forgot something for this microphone. I forgot to almost tell you guys what you get in the package. So what you get this stand that it's sitting on right now. It's completely metal. It's very nice stand. However, it does not absorb shock, so maybe invest in a shock amount. It's not completely necessary because it is a very nice stand. You you get a XLR to 3.5 millimeter. That's what's connecting it right now. And yeah, that's actually about it. Yeah, that's about it. It's an XLR to 3.5 millimeter stand and the microphone, of course. So that's all you get. So moving on. All right. Now we are back on the Echo Pro, but it has phantom power running into it, so it's a lot more sensitive. I have it at 10% gain. Now, without the phantom power, I had a 100% gain, and right now I'm actually almost causing the microphone to clip. So it is extremely sensitive, which I kind of like because I can back off or I can get up close. Now, at 10% gain, you can't back off too much. I'm going to go ahead and conduct the pop test, probably cause audio to clip. And okay, so I can't find the little ball wing cap right now. It probably fell off somewhere. But so it is extremely sensitive right now. So probably about 5% gain might be good for this. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the typey and clicky test. And I'm going to go ahead and talk. So this microphone probably sounds pretty good if it's this sensitive. Most microphones that are a little cheaper aren't as sensitive as this unless you really crank up the gain. So I'm going to take a bet and bet that this sounds pretty damn decent, if not comparable to the ever popular AT2020. I'm really hoping for that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch to a little bit of a different, like if you're sitting at your desk, I'm going to move it below me. Sorry, voice cracking there. Oh yeah, that sounds sexy. And I'm going to crank up the gain just slightly because I'm already causing the microphone to clip. And I should be eating the microphone. So, okay, so I have the microphone set at about 35% gain, and it's kind of clipping still. This microphone is sensitive, I'm telling you guys. So let me go ahead and do the clicky typey. Okay, let's do it. I'm a monster. Okay, I'm gonna talk. Okay, so guys, I think this microphone might just become my new recording microphone. That the one I use most often, because before it was either this or the AT2020, depending on whether I wanted to get my shit set up. So yeah, I think it sounds pretty good, even though I haven't heard it yet. I'm in to take a guess. That sounds pretty good. I've heard all these other microphones, and this one's literally the only one that I have not heard. That should clue you into something. Why it's so late. Okay, so the next one that we are going to be doing is the Audio-Technica ATR 2500. Now this one is probably one of my favorite microphones. Along with the AT2020, but my AT2020 is actually getting replaced right now. It had a weird defect with it. But this is almost like a USB version, even though they have a USB version of the AT2020. But this is close enough to the AT2020 to be considered the USB version, or the silver version, because the AT2020 is black. Yeah. So anyway, what you get with this, you get a little mount that looks like this, except it's made of plastic. This one's made of metal. You get one of these doohickeys. This one was the SF920s, but instead of having these plastic feet, it has rubber feet. It's a cheap piece of shit. The stand is. Now the microphone itself, very good feeling. It's all metal body, metal grill. The only plastic on it is right here, which you can plug your headphones in. That's the first microphone that I'm doing that where you can actually do that. This one is a cardioid pickup pattern, as you can tell whenever I talk into it. Clearly it did not pick me up much anywhere besides the very front. Now this one actually has no built-in windscreen, so it picks up pops a lot worse, and it also picks up vibrations pretty badly because the little microphone inside, you can see the little capsule, it jiggles around a lot. So you guys have probably been hearing vibrations the entire time whenever I tap on the microphone. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and conduct a pop test, blow everybody's ears out, and cause this microphone to clip. So that should give you an example. Now we're going to put a little ball wind cap on this, little blue one. So, and like magic, it's all gone. So I'd highly recommend getting a shock mount for this one, but it's not completely necessary. The little mount that it comes with is kind of shit. I like the metal mount a little bit better that comes with the AT2020. However, you know, and also I forgot to mention, this is our first USB microphone. It has a, I want to say MUSB. I can't remember if that's the exact name, to USB. It's the only one that doesn't require an XLR to 1/8 inch or XLR to USB, whatever you want to do. So you cannot plug this into a board. It's plug and play. You just plug it in and you go. It requires no drivers, nothing. So it's pretty easy, very good if you're live streaming, or if you just need, if you're recording even, and you're just getting into high quality microphones, very good for that. Anyway, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the little clicky mouse and typey type test. All right, so now I'm gonna be doing the test with the ATR 2500. And it is on 20% gain. So basically you're going to be eating your microphone at this point, but let's have test as to the, yeah. Okay, I'm going to start talking and doing the thing at the same time. So hopefully you can get an idea of what this comes out to be. I will switch to a higher gain in just a second. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and switch to a higher gain and do it again. More than likely, if you're sitting at your desk or something, you're going to have a little bit higher gain. So let's go ahead and switch that. I have it about 32% gain. It's sitting a couple of feet away from me, right off screen here. I might move down just a little bit more. But anyway, I will go ahead and do the test again to tell you what it sounds like. Okay, I'm now talking and typing on the keyboard at the same time. Hopefully this gives you an idea. I don't know. I like this microphone. I think it sounds very good. But yeah, just keep doing this. Give you guys a little frame of reference. Oh yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and switch to the next microphone. Okay, so here I have literally the most famous fucking microphone on YouTube, on Twitch, on anything, and for good fucking reason. Like, it's not even a bad thing that it's so famous. It's the Blue Yeti. Yeah, you can see blue right there, and it's shaped like a dildo, which shows that it's a Yeti. That's literally how you can spot a Yeti. I'm not joking. So the reason why this thing is so famous is that it has a gain knob back here that's separate from the computer's gain. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this up and let you listen as I talk into it and probably blow out your eardrums. It has 4 different directional patterns, right, as you can see in this little knob on the back. You can't see all the patterns; they're so tiny. It has the ability to monitor headphones. You can monitor yourself, and the volume knob. The volume knob, right here. That's for you to monitor yourself, as well as having a mute button, which is why it's so popular with live streamers. This is literally the main reason why it's so popular with live streamers, because you can do this. So yeah, I was walking home from the. And that's the story. So that should show you what it is. Now, right now I have it in cardioid mode. Now this one has a integrated pop filter, so it doesn't pop as much. But I'm gonna go ahead and do a pop test anyway. Put this guy on. So as you can tell, it clearly blocks out the pops and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the different modes. Let's go ahead and switch to the... Oh, I forgot to show you this. Since it's in cardioid, it has a cardioid pickup pattern right now, as you can tell as I talk into it. Okay, I'm going to switch it to bidirectional mode, meaning that it will get sound from the front. Or that's not the front. The front, which is where it's pointing at me right now, and the back, which is what I was using earlier, so I could talk into the back while showing you guys the front. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna show you the pickup pattern on this. It's basically double cardioid. This one has a double cardioid pickup pattern, as you can tell as I talk into it, top and bottom. So yeah, that should give you an idea of that. This is the omnidirectional mode. Now this sounds like this is the worst sounding mode. However, it picks up everything from this upper capsule. So if you have multiple people in a room, conference call, anything like that, and you need multiple people to be talking to the microphone, this is definitely your best option. This is the one where you can actually just talk into the top and it doesn't even really matter. So I'm just gonna spin it around. It has an omnidirectional pickup pattern, so you should be able to hear me no matter where I talk into this upper capsule. But as I go down here, you won't be able to hear me as much. So yeah, it's the worst sounding of the bunch. However, it can work. Also, I need to do pop tests for this. Okay, so here's the stereo mode. Now this one is very different from the rest of them, as in it has a left and right channel. So basically, I'm going to move to this side of the microphone, and I should be talking into your right ear, I believe. And I'm going to move to the other side of the microphone, and I should be talking into your left ear. So this one is great for music if you need to do music. Now, obviously, I'm not doing a pop test on these because, well, I guess I can do one. because this one's a little bit different. It's not double cardioid like the bidirectional was. So, that should give you an idea of what it sounds like. This is the most popular microphone for a good reason. It sounds great and all that kind of stuff. But however, let's go to the clicky clicky and typey typey. Okay, so I have it at cardioid right now, and I'm going to do the clicky clicky and the typey typey test. Now, before I do that, though, I should probably tell you what it comes with. The microphone, a mini USB to USB cable that's plugged into it right now, and this beast of a stand. Oh my god, finally! One of these motherfuckers has a good stand! I probably blew out everybody's ears. But this thing is a beast. It's a very good stand. It has some heft to it. It's completely metal, and it's custom for the fucking Yeti. So finally, one of these goddamn microphones has a good stand. That's why it's so fucking popular, guys. It's just a good bundle. Just all around a good bundle. So I'm going to do the clicky clicky and type test on all of them. Then I'll move it down to below me as if you were sitting at a desk or something. And I will do it again. So alright, so this is the Blue Yeti. As you can tell, it's very beautiful sounding. It's very bassy. I don't, it's not boomy, it's very bassy. So it's good if you want to do podcasts and stuff like that as well. So yeah. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and switch to a, probably the bidirectional mode, because the stereo mode doesn't really, it's just, yeah. Okay, so here's the bidirectional mode. So this one should pick up a lot more because it is projecting from the back. You guys might even be able to hear my computer fans. So yeah. So from the audio graph, I could see that it was clearly picking up a lot of it. But I'll go ahead and talk and do it at the same time. Okay, so this microphone is something that I'm very proud of that I actually got. I'm not gonna lie, I like this microphone a lot. It's not my favorite one though, because I think I have a new favorite. So it's now my third favorite. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna switch the omnidirectional mode. Let you guys listen to that. It's gonna sound horrible. I promise you, it will sound. Yeah. Okay. So we are in the omnidirectional one. Obviously, you're going to hear everything that happens right now. I'm not going to even try to do the other, like the down here test with the omnidirectional mode. I will do it with the stereo mode. Just so you can hear that. But the omnidirectional mode, I already know will pick up everything. I might not even do the bidirectional mode on whenever I have it down here, because I know it'll pick up my keyboard. But anyway. So this one, I'm not a fan of omnidirectional, so I'm just going to go ahead and end it. Yeah, that's what the omnidirectional sounds like. So I'm going to crank up the gain, put it below me, do that kind of stuff. Okay, so I have it cranked up to about 59-60% on my computer, and I have it cranked up to a little under halfway on the gain on the microphone itself to simulate what it sounds like. I'm shocked. It's not a terribly sensitive microphone. Of course, it's not using all its. Of course, I should probably point this out that it has two different gains. So you can have a lot of customability with this microphone. I'm not joking. There's a lot of customability with the Blue Yeti. So you can get exactly how you want it to be sounded. So yeah. I'm not going to even do the omnidirectional and bidirectional. I'll do stereo because I already know bidirectional will pick up a lot of the keyboard noise. I already know omnidirectional will pick up a lot of keyboard noise. And more than likely, you will not be using those two modes. But regardless, they have them. So, I mean, it's just there. It's good that it's there because it's just more that they give you. So this is what the microphone sounds like whenever it's pulled far away. I think it sounds better. I think all microphones sound better when they're close up, to be honest. Unless you have a treated room, obviously, that's a little bit of a different story. But anyway, I will go ahead and switch to the stereo mode. Alright, now we're in stereo mode. Probably doesn't sound much different than the cardioid mode right now. However, you may be hearing me out of both ears while only hearing the typing out of one ear or the other. So, I don't know. Just let me know. So, yeah. That should wrap up how this microphone is. Obviously, it's a good sounding microphone. It's not my favorite sounding. It's very bassy, like I said. I like a natural sounding microphone. However, it's very good sounding regardless. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and end this video, but I'm going to first switch to my new favorite, the Echo Pro. This thing is definitely replacing my Audio-Technica. Okay, guys, so the conclusion is, I don't know if you guys can hear my computer fans. I have the boost turned up, or the gain turned up on this microphone. It's the Echo Pro. If you guys are looking at getting a cheap microphone that sounds pretty good, first of all, I recommend you go with this guy, the Zalman Zium Mic 1. It sounds really good for such a tiny microphone and being omnidirectional. I'm a little shocked how good it sounds. It's not shitty at all. That's on the very low end though. Now this is, I don't know if I ever explained it, this comes at a price tag of $8 for this little thing. Not that bad. Now this, if you're looking into getting a cheap dynamic microphone, the Pile PD Mic 1 is $4, plus you'll need one of the boom stands so you can get right up on it. If you are doing just like voiceover, all you need is a little 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch or 5.5 to 3.5 millimeter jack, which is about $4. So that's $8 so far if you're just doing voiceover, and $28 if you're doing gaming. And then obviously you'll want to upgrade to a board at some points, but that's later on down the road. Now the newer is probably the top condenser microphone on this list at the low end. Considering that it sounds decent, it's not the best sounding microphone in the world, don't get me wrong. It sounds good, but not awesome. So this one is about $16 to $20 something, depending on whether you get the shock mount or you don't. You do have to get the shock mount plus stand and the thing if you're just sitting it on a desk. So that comes out around $50 If you just want to get it in this one, it can come out to about $40. Boom arm and this. The Kyle PD Mic 1 is definitely the best dynamic microphone on the list. It definitely wins in the dynamic microphone category. It sounds awesome. It's very gorgeous sounding, and it comes in at a price tag of $18. If you're just doing voiceover, again, by the way, if you're just doing voiceover to the newer, you can hold it. And if you want to get that thing, if you don't, or if you want to get up on it, depending, it's either $40 to $22, to $16 even. But this guy right here is $18. You can also get the PD Mic 78. The only difference is that it doesn't have this ball on the top. It's basically, it's more susceptible to pops. So I would just get this one. So this one is $18 plus the boom stand, because you'll need the boom stand in order to get it right up on your mouse. So that's about $38 for this. And if you're just doing voiceover, all you need is a little 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch, or 5.5 to 3.5 millimeter, and boom, you are ready to go for this. And that all totals out to about $22 if you're just doing it for voiceover. Okay. The SF920. I can't believe I am actually saying this right now. This is the most cost-efficient condenser microphone. I'm not joking. It comes with everything you need. It comes with the XLR to 1/8 inch. It comes with a stand that you can put it on your desk, and it comes with a gain knob. It has literally everything you need. That's $13. It's shit. It sounds cheap. It looks cheap. It feels cheap, but it'll get you to what you need to do. So I can't believe I'm saying this. This is the best budget condenser microphone on this list, because it has everything that you need, even if it sounds like shit. Crazy how things turn out. Now we're going to talk about the Echo Pro, which is what I'm using right now. Oh man, this thing compares to the AT2020, so I'd have to say that this is the best mid-range, about $50, because you get a mount, you get this, and you need a XLR cable and a phantom power supply. What you can do then, and that all totals out to around $60, which is about mid-range in this Roundup. You have audio quality that compares to the AT2020. That's impressive. This microphone is $40. The power supply is $20. An XLR cable is like $5. And then something to mount on. Okay, let's just say it's about $64. Let's put it at that. The mount something to, like a little thing that you can place it on your desk. You have audio quality of an AT2020 right here. This is probably the best mid-range microphone like thing. Okay. Moving on to the Audio-Technica ATR 2500. Now this one sounds awesome. I like this microphone a lot, but it's not the best. First of all, it's USB, so you can't upgrade to that mixer, which kind of sucks. But again, if you're just going for USB, perfectly fine. If you don't want to deal with mixers, all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, for voiceover, you will still need the box, but actually you don't need the box, but your total will be around 50, because you'll need a pop filter of some sort, because you'll have to get really up close on it, but around $50, no, not even 50, like 45, 46, if you're just doing it for voiceover for film. But this one comes with everything that you need as well. You have a stand, you have an adapter. It's shit plastic. It's It's not very well made, but you have everything you need to get started. It's all in one package, $70. You don't even need a pop filter because you can back away and put it on your desk. You're done. That's how plug and play it is. Now the Blue Yeti. This thing is my it's my highest recommendation. Save up money if you instead of getting, and I'm gonna say this with faith. Instead of getting this, save up for this. It's a USB. You can mount it. You have a gain knob. You have 4 different polar patterns, a mute button, the ability to monitor it live, and you get an awesome stand. Like, this thing is just built for awesomeness. This is my most recommended microphone. Get this. Get the Blue Yeti. It is on the high end and on the mid end. Definitely get this. It's about $100. Now there are a couple that I can recommend that are cost a little bit more. What's it called? Oh, Blue Spark. Blue Spark is definitely one of them. But get this. I'm just telling you right now, get this if you can afford it. It is awesome. I feel like I should be. I feel like I should have paid more money to get this microphone. It is awesome. It's not my favorite sounding of the bunch, but it's the most cost efficient. So definitely get that. So anyway, that's everything. So I want to thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you for being patient for this video. As usual, if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. Check out the awesome content I create, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!